So I saw this video that Pastor Bay and Ndibuti made about the Dineo Ranaka thingy. Okay, the whole thing of her saying that she felt like she was.
I've recently been diagnosed with severe chronic depression. I feel like I need to allow myself to reintroduce myself to myself. At the end of it all, I am here now, trying to learn how to move forward without thinking I'm a fraud. It's really hard on me, and if you knew half of the judgment I'm dealing with, you would probably want to have yourself admitted and never discharged. But I have faith in me. I believe in me. I will be cured. Depression is curable. The biggest question is Dineo suicide? The answer was yes, but is now no. It is no because to break the curse, I have to believe and say that I am not.
Because, Akari, the fact that you're going through something does not eliminate people's opinion.
Yeah.
And people will judge whatever you're going through based on how they see fit.
Yeah.
I think from hearing Ndibuti reading the statement, I got the feeling that she might have had with the not Ndibuti, the feeling that Dineo might have wanted to express or something. And I kind of had the thought, okay, now I wanted to make the video. So then I forgot about it. I was like, oh, okay, great video. But then I watched the video of Cyril Ramaphosa.
I played a key role as chair of the African Union during the COVID period. We felt like we were beggars when it came to vaccine availability, when we felt we needed access to vaccines, and the Northern Hemisphere countries had bought all the vaccines in the world, and they were hogging them. And they didn't want to release them at the time when we needed them most. And we felt like we were begging. And at times it felt like they would just be droppings from the table, that yes, we will give you that and that. And let me tell you something that generated a lot of resentment. We were all at one, that even as we were going to address an issue, we were clear that we are not going there as beggars.
We are not beggars. Saying Africa should not be seen as a beggar. And I really loved the value, the way he presented it. You could see the shame in those European people's eyes. And he could see, and what he was trying to describe is, even as you are giving something, you still have to have a human view or a value of the person you are talking about. And he went through the whole explanation of COVID, what happened through COVID. You know, the value for human life was different because now people were prioritizing profit. So on this video, I wanted to take these two videos that might sound not related, and I want to pull value out of one, and I want to put the value in the other. But also, I think if you are a YouTuber, this video will show you what we mean when we say, as a YouTuber, you need to have a value proposition. It means, why should people watch your videos, right? Why will this video cross 3,000 views? Why? This is why. People over time come to value that Ricky will say something in this line, but it becomes, you'll get what I mean, okay? And so this video, if you're a YouTuber, this video will help you knowing how to pull value into a story or out of a story. So Dineo Ranaka comes out, she posts this thing, and she says, you know, she says, was, but not anymore. And, you know, she feels a lot, she feels a bit isolated. In the whole text of in the whole story, she feels isolated.
That's why I don't call you. That's why I don't text you. Nigga, I'm busy. I'm not trying to be called by you no more. I'm not trying to find you cute no more. Get that. And you must know the caliber of people I'm exposed to. You're not the greatest shit. You're not God's gift to fucking humankind. I don't know who the fuck you think you are. Penny drop a henny pop a brand new car. Listen to your goddamn self. Grow up. Can't take a fucking beamer. Grow up. Yes, sis, man. Cleaner. No, stop. Don't even make it go higher than this because I'm really chilled right now. So, skakadizeo. Umpechanisi. Chomero nandele. Chomero nandele. I used you to heal. You use people to boost your fucking ego. Grow the fuck up. Yeah, I'm Chabatore. Know the difference. Listen to yourself when you say Chabatore. Then hear yourself how it no, because your soul not move. There's a big difference. Talk about ego. I've got a bigger one than yours.
He's saying give a human face to the help you're giving. Give a human face. Value the human face. Value the human face that you are giving to. So that we don't feel like we are begging. But then, even though we are begging, we don't, you know, it was such an interesting thought when I heard him saying that. I was like, wow, you represented it very well. You know, I might not agree with everything else that Cyril is up to with his friends over there at the ANC and what they're doing with Bo Eskom and what. But this one thing that he said it the nicest way I could have said it. Me, I couldn't have said it that way. Me, I just told them, you are people that are looking for money, you are heartless. I would have just said it like that. But he said it the best way. He said it very politically. Africa has been looked at as if there is no human value for it. It feels like they have to beg. So even when people are promised something, it doesn't come. Now they have to be going after people asking. And you know, now, why do I say I thought that to relate to Dineo Ranaka? I'm going to pull out two different times when Dineo Ranaka did something that will make her depression or loneliness worse. There was a time when there was a video that came out where she was shouting. I don't know if it was an ex-boyfriend or what. And she was shouting at this guy, you use people. Me, I use you. Because basically the video was her telling the other guy why she was more valuable to the relationship. Why the other guy needed her. And why he has no value compared to her. You know? Why she felt, why it was like she was a god and he you know, he was a beggar. He was Africa to the rest of the world. You get what I mean? You know, when I heard that video, when I heard the Cyril video in the evening, it gave me how to present this video on Dineo Ranaka's story. It's not that Dineo is alone and she doesn't have anyone. No, it's that she's done everything possible to push people away from her.
Nothing. I must just hear stray dogs of chicks and boys. Don't treat my place like a stray dog. Don't treat my the way I'm ending. Don't act like you don't know. Michelle, what the is this?
No, it's not just
Dineo,
oranges.
You do,
It's
that is
not
what I'm
oranges.
saying. Why
It is not
now?
apples. It is not your
now?
cherry tomatoes.
Why is the chicken-
It is
it
not
disappeared?
that.
I don't know
Find
where
the
it is.
bloody
I
chicken and
don't
sing.
know
Find,
where chicken is.
find the chicken. How do you scare a chicken all the way into the engine area of the car? Zingisi. Uskateka, mama. Funny. How do you scare the chicken into the engine of the car?
When you are such a person, when you look at other people and they have to feel, it has to feel like they are begging to be in your space. When there's no value for the other person, like Cyril says, the next time you're thinking about giving Africa anything, to think, put a human face on Africa. That Africa shouldn't feel like they are begging. Once I feel like I am begging to be your friend, because when you can just wake up and be bigger than me and greater than me, I need you. You're the one who's allowed to use me. You know what I mean? She is this amazing standard. She was on this the television show. I think she was with Annelem Dot. I can't remember who or is it Peltusi? I can't remember who she was on the show with. And she was talking about, you know, her values, the type of a person who can lead her. If you can't lead her if she's like this, but she doesn't think about maybe these things that you are putting up to say that, basically what she was saying was that it takes a real man it takes a real man, and a real man must have these leadership skills and this and this. And people were saying, wow, she sounds smart and what. But they never thought that standard that she's putting forward, it means that she only makes it more difficult for the other person who might want to be a partner for her kind of a person. People that have told themselves they're going to be difficult for the sake of being difficult. Be difficult for the sake of being difficult, and I'll be a terrible person to you because you have to continuously feel like you are a beggar. You have to continuously beg to be in my space. And yeah, can tell me what you're hearing is you know, for me it's a very fluid thing. A person who sees relationships like that can't have a relationship. A person who sees other people as having to beg in your space, I must be in your space, damaged emotionally, because you can say whatever, you can just wake up and it is whatever with you. That's the position that I saw Dineo in. He's a person who's completely made everybody beggars to be in her space. And she still feels like people should beg to be in her space. That's a terrible person to be. I don't want to lie to you. Me, I can't. To tell you the truth. Why? Because people, the more people have to keep doing that, hey man, their value kicks in. I'm like, hey man, I'm better than this. Yeah, no, I know you don't see it like that, but they too need to be valued when they come into that relationship, right? Friendship, whatever. And you can't even told you are nothing, you are nobody. You know, even a person that struggles with self-esteem, the self-esteem builds up. No, I can't be here. What's this? What kind of narcissistic personalities am I dealing with here? You wake up to yourself and you say, no, I'm not buying that. Now, somebody here might come, comment, Ricky, listen, it doesn't do me any different. You want to be that person, be that person. You want to be that person, be that person. But slowly, you'll just see people pluck off from your life. Pluck off. People just go from you. So at the end of the day, who suffers? It's you. The more people tell people, hey man, when you hear people constantly saying, hey man, this person man is like this too much. Hey man, this person is like this too much. How many times have people said that about Dineo? It's the truth. We are all equals here. We are all human. One might make a mistake, but I mustn't come to a point where I feel like I'm a beggar to get to you. It's Ricky's reality show with daily Christian commentary videos. There's a reason why we call it the church reality check. We gotta put some of that check on some people's reality. It's either you want reality or you want me to lie to you. To lie to you will be saying, oh no, don't worry, no, you get better. You know. It ain't getting better, man. Because you've turned everybody to a beggar. And for anybody that wants to be a YouTuber, that's what we call value proposition.